In this video, we're going to go over how you can quickly level up while obtaining large amounts of medals and basic samples. The method to this is to do Automaton defense missions, as they are fairly easy with quick spawns, allowing you to knock out a mission in as little as 3 to 4 minutes. For the samples, I'll be showing you exactly where they spawn in a little bit. They spawn at the same place every time, so once you learn where they are, they'll be easily farmable. Now, in order to get access to these defense missions, you will need to get to difficulty 3 medium. However, I would recommend going for at least one more higher difficulty at difficulty 4 before you start farming, as the spawn rate on medium is really slow. It is slow enough that a mission will take you around 6 minutes just waiting for the spawns, while at difficulty 4 you can probably get it done in 4 minutes. So you're also going to get a lot more experience playing at higher difficulties as the experience modifiers go up. As such, I would really recommend going for higher difficulties to more efficiently farm both experience and also money as well as medals. Now, I would also recommend that you do this in a team of 4, as each Helldiver extracted is worth 20 experience, meaning that a team of 4 will get 80 experience from that alone, compared to a solo player just getting 20, and this is then multiplied by the difficulty. So let's say we're on difficulty 6, which is a 100% increase in experience. Solo player would get 40 experience, while the 4-man squad would get 100 experience just from playing a full squad. Full squad will also have an easier time gathering samples and completing the mission quicker, which will also give you more experience because there is an experience modifier based on how quick you complete your mission. And there is usually a bunch of defense mission going at any given time for you to join if you don't have a squad. In terms of loadouts for this mission, there's one thing that I would really recommend, and that is having the SG-225 breaker shotgun as part of the main pass. Unlocking this thing is going to make your life a lot easier. It's a full auto shotgun with loads of damage, and it's basically the best primary that you're going to be getting your hands on. In terms of stratagems, there is one that is kind of recommended very strongly, and that is the mortar sentry. This thing is going to do a lot of work for you, so using it is going to be kind of required, so do pick that one up. If you are under level 10, using a machine gun is probably going to do the job for you. You'll be fine with that. Once you reach level 10 though, you want to use the autocannon, and once you reach level 20, the railgun is definitely going to be the better option for you. The autocannon can kill hulks if you hit the faceplate twice for higher difficulties, and the railcannon will do it in 1. So as you can imagine, both of these weapons are going to be fairly important. But as I said, the main thing that you want to bring are the mortars. Recoilless rifles, while being beneficial, aren't really that good. You can take down the ship with them, but you don't really get any kill credit for doing so, so there's no real point in using them. It's just going to make the mission go longer, unless of course you use them on, say, the hulks or other enemies. But yeah, for loadout, I'd probably recommend a support weapon of your choice, a mortar, and the last one can be whatever you want. EMS mortars are decent for just slowing down enemies by creating static fields, but bringing any sort of the offensive stratagems to is perfectly fine. So I'm going to take advantage of this finished mission to just give you a little bit of an idea of how you want to set up. So basically when you land in, this map is going to be the exact same every time. And the idea is very simple. You want to take control over this top side, right side area, because there's a nice little lip here where you can defend yourself. You place down your mortars behind you, and then you get to work. Now, the reason why this place in particular is really, really good is because there's only 2 alleys that the enemies are going to come at you from. They're going to come from over here, and they're going to come from over here. Generally, though, if you stay over in this corner, the ones that walk on the left will walk up here in front and cross in front of you. So as long as you kind of hug this and use this for defense, you'll usually be fine, as most enemies will kind of line up for you if they make their way up here. So that is kind of the theory behind the defense. Now, in the event that you do get overrun, you can actually run back here and drop down onto this ledge right here. And as long as you stay in this area, generally there won't be any enemies making their way to you. They'll just be coming from this way. There'll not be barely anyone coming from the other side. So it's also another one of those safe zones. And using those 2 things, you'll usually be fine. Now, in terms of the samples, there are 10 samples on this map. They spawn in the exact same area each time. There are 5 on the left side, there are 4 on the right side, and there's one in the middle. Now, generally, I would recommend going for the 5 on the left side for 2 reasons. There are 5 of them. That is 1. But secondly, there's there is no enemies to spawn on the left side to begin with. Most spawns are on the right side, so you can usually pick up all 5 of these if you're quick before any enemies spawn over here. Now this is the first one. It's right next to where we drop down. The second one is going to be across over here. Pretty simple to pick up. The third one is going to be on the bridge here. It's also very, again, easy. But again, all of these spawns are the same. There we go, third one. Now, if you're brave, you can try and do this, because the fourth one is right here. But there's nothing wrong with walking around. And the fifth one is over here. I can pick it up. There we go. Sixth one is, as I told you, up in the middle. Makes it very, very simple to pick up. It's up here. And now for the 4 ones on the right. So here you can have a kind of a decision. It's actually right beneath you here, but there's also another one over there. But I think that it's best to just drop down, get this one. And climbing up there is usually pretty wonky, so just run up here, pick up the 8th one. And then you have the final 2 over here. Now, as you can see, after you actually clear out all the enemies and your ship comes in, you can actually go unmolested and pick up these samples. It's going to take you a couple of minutes, to be fair, but it's something that you can do after you have cleared the mission and killed every single one of the enemies, if you don't want to do it while getting set up with mortars, while calling in your support weapon. You get the idea. But yeah, I'll show you how the defense works against an actual Helldive now. Let's see how that works out.
Empty! Prosperity! How'd you like the taste of freedom? Bag's empty. Sending down sentry. Get some! Get some! Freedom, triumph of tyranny once more. The extraction shuttle awaits you at the west. Mission at 10 minutes remaining. Extraction shuttle inbound. Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. This is Pelican 1, preparing for touchdown. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
And that is basically it. However, as mentioned, you can really benefit from doing this in a squad, as that will give you extra experience from Helldivers extracted to extra experience from completing the mission quicker. As an example here, on the hardest difficulty, the difference experience is 70 as a solo to 280 as a full-man team from simply extracting. And if you have a look at this table, you can see the differences in experience from running solo to a full squad at any difficulty. Lastly, I also want to show some results from when me and my friends ran this as a 3-man to level up. As you can see, the experience gain at Helldive for us was about 1100 for a 3 to 4 minute mission. And honestly, probably could have pushed this closer to 1200 just from filling up that extra 4th squad member slot, giving 70 experience for simply extracting as well, and probably finishing a little bit quicker. So as you can see, just getting an extra squad member here could potentially have netted us upwards of 10% extra experience, which is a pretty massive experience buff. So if you take that into, if you keep that in mind, as well as these examples of me running solo versus running with a 4-man squad, you can see that it's just simply worth it. I know I leveled up my difficulty solo. I kind of regret that. Should have joined squads, would have made the grind a lot quicker. If this video has been beneficial, please like and subscribe to the channel, as I'm probably going to have more Helldiver content coming. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.